Today we're talking about why it's so scary to put yourself out there and why you should anyway. Have you ever felt that little nudge? Maybe like that whisper that goes, maybe I should start something. Maybe for you it's starting a YouTube channel, or it's starting a blog or a side hustle, or creating a social media account and posting your art there, or even just you putting yourself out there in your own way. But it's almost as if as soon as that nudge shows up and there's that little bit of hope going like, whew, that's exciting, so does another voice, and that goes, ugh, people are gonna see it. What are people gonna say? What are the people I know gonna think of me? What are they gonna say behind my back? What if I mess up? What if I'm not good enough? What if I think I'm good and my mom tells me I'm good but I'm actually not good? We've all seen those idols auditions. Let's just be honest about that. Anyway, if you've ever felt like that, welcome to the club, yay! The fear of putting yourself out there and stepping into something visible is very real. Since I've started to post on social media and starting this YouTube channel, that fear of visibility has come up multiple times, and it's every now and again it goes, maybe I should just like remove everything and just go incognito again. And I've tried to fight through that so many times, and sometimes I still do. But I've started to wonder, like, what is it about being so public, like being visible, that feels so terrifying? Like, why is it that scary for us to know that other people can see us, especially the people we know, right? Once we figure that out, how do we then work through it so that we don't let that fear of visibility block us from doing the things we really want to do? And that's what we're diving into today. Here's the thing. Our brains are literally wired to avoid rejection. Back in the day, survival depended on being part of a group. If you got kicked out, you were on your own, and there was no protection, no food, no water, no Netflix password sharing. And rejection wasn't just awkward, it was life or death. And no, I know, we're not technically fighting saber-toothed tigers anymore, rather like fear of, oh, this email reached me. No. That same fear of rejection is still kicking and still very alive in our brains. And this fear shows up in all kinds of ways. Fear of being judged, fear of failure, fear of making mistakes. And it's why we overthink everything and we try to make things perfect before we even start. And why we sometimes never start. Sometimes we just have to like close our eyes and just run through the bushes anyway. Feel that fear, embrace the cringe, embrace the like uncertainty of whatever it is you want to do, and just do it anyway. Just like, what do you call that? Bulldoze through it. That thing. So this kind of fear is not only like psychological and about our brains, it's also sociological. And it's about this world and this society that we live in, because we're surrounded by a culture that loves to criticize. People feel so entitled to have an opinion on everything: what someone looks like, how they live, how much money they make, how they spend their money. And some people will just literally never be satisfied no matter what you do. For example, I saw this on a reality TV series the other day where someone went, "You didn't even send me a text message when this thing happened to me." And she was like, yes, I did. And his girlfriend was like, yes, she did send you a text. And he was, just a text? Why didn't you even call me? No. So like, what the flip? Anyway, so just that, knowing that you sometimes won't make people happy, like it's more a them problem than a you problem. And that's the thing. Most of the time, it's not even about you subconsciously. It's actually about them. And it's just a projection or a whatever it is, but it's not about you. And that's actually a very liberating realization. Also, if you grew up around people who always had something to say about others, it's very hard not to internalize that. You start thinking like, oh, okay, they said that about that person, and they said that about how they spend their money, and they said that about what they look like, and they said that about what they do or how they think about themselves or this or that. And even if it's subconsciously, sometimes it's not even a conscious thought, it's just like a subconscious thing that seeps into us. And we go like, okay, if I just keep things like low-key, if I don't stand out, and if I don't make too much noise, no one will be able to criticize me. And we end up trying to blend in so much and become so vanilla, so safe, so boring. Because we're just trying to avoid being someone else's topic of conversation. And that fear of being talked about by someone else, it's very real. I know that. And we think like, what if they laugh at me? What if they think I'm cringe? What if they think I'm stupid? Or what if they're gossiping about me? What will they say? That fear can feel really paralyzing, and it can cause us to basically go in little circles about the things that we want to do with our lives. And this can go on for years. I literally took multiple years before starting something on social media because I just had those voices constantly spiraling and cycling in my mind. And the moment where I actually start something, those voices just start taking over, and the progress that I made up till then, I was like, oh, what the hell? What did I even think? And I just like push it to the side. It's like we've been conditioned that visibility equals scrutiny and scrutiny equals shame. And maybe visibility equals scrutiny, yes, but scrutiny does not equal shame. The people criticizing you, it says more about them than it does about you, and it says more about not just their character, but it says more about their inner state and what's going on internally inside them, their own issues, their own perceptions, their own whatevers. That's about them at the end of the day. People who are successful and super happy and really just content with who they are very, very rarely talk shit about other people and very rarely judge other people. So just ponder on that one. One mantra I want you to ingrain into your brain today is haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate. There's nothing more to say about that. So, how do we get past this? How do we get past this fear of visibility so that we can do the things we actually want to do? Let's just say that scary feeling might or probably will not go away completely ever, but you can learn to live with it. And I promise you, it gets better with time. It gets easier. So firstly, start small. We don't have to share everything all at once. We can start on the tiniest scale and post something low stakes, for example, or start something without telling people, or whatever thing it is for you. I cannot think of more examples right now. But then when that little voice pops up, like, what if they judge me? What if they find out? What will they think? Blah, 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 blah. The one big thing I want to make clear now is, so what? Okay, what then? What if they talk about you? What if they say something about you? What if they think you're cringe? What if they think, it's not that good? Who gives a... And most of the time, people move on with their lives faster than we think. Don't let perfection stop you. Your first post doesn't have to be perfect. Your first art piece, your first business venture thing, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to exist. Growth is messy, progress is messy, and the mantra that we live by here is messy action. Messy action, messy action, messy action. Do the thing anyway, throw it out there into the world and just let it be. And you learn so much by just doing, and moving forward becomes so much easier. The cool thing about putting yourself out there is not just that you're opening yourself up for criticism potentially, but you're actually opening yourself up to more opportunity and to connection. And there might be people who literally need the solution that is in your brain, and without you ever putting it into the world, they will never see that. There are people who need to see your personality, your creativity, your message, who needs your story because maybe they resonate with it to such a deep level that you never anticipated. And you might be surprised, the thing that you think is the most boring, normal thing, for someone else, it's like a whoa. That's cool, I never thought of it that way, or I never knew this existed, or da-da-da-da. Your life is only boring and normal to you because you're in it, because you're so used to it. And there are people all over the world that are so different, that live such different lives, so your normal and boring is extraordinary to them. Your ordinary is extraordinary to them. There we go. That's a cool sentence. So, coming back full circle, if you've been thinking about starting something, whether it's your YouTube channel, your blog, your art social media, or just sharing more of yourself, just know it's okay to be scared. It means you care. And if you ever need a reminder that it's possible to move past the fear, look at this video again, because I was freaking scared to make it too, but here we are. And I hope you're seeing this because I hope I posted this. Yes, let's hope so. And that is my story for today. Go out, do the thing, make the thing, post the thing, be visible, and stand in that visibility, embrace the cringe. It gets better. Thank you so much for watching this. If you're on this journey of putting yourself out there, know you're not alone and you've got this. And if you want to share your idea as the first step of taking a step in that direction, please share it in the comments. We'd love to hype you up. This is the Stefanie Lowe Show. Thank you so much for joining. If this is your vibe, if you'd like to think about these things of life and ponder and question and figure it out together, do all the things you know what to do. Okay, cool. Bye.